Right, so I think I've got it up and running now, hopefully. If you are watching this now, can somebody go and tweet me? Stream health. Just started streaming now, so there we are. There we are. Hopefully we're going to start to see some people tune in. What I might do is let people know it's actually working now. So if you are starting to watch, send me a tweet, send me Instagram post, send me something. I've never done live before, didn't quite understand how it all worked, but we're up and going, so we're all good. Let's just checking connection on the old Instagram. You are now live. There's me. There's me. Right, so if anybody watching on Instagram, we're out doing a live video on YouTube now, so go over to my YouTube channel at Matt Fryer Golf on YouTube. Go and check it out, spread the word that we're doing a live one as well. It's Midweek Matters, going to be answering your questions and talking about some other stuff as well. So head over to YouTube, go and watch me over on there. If you haven't already tuned in already, I think we're starting to see some people over on YouTube. We're going live now, so there'll probably be about 5 minutes of me waffling on the YouTube one because I'm on Instagram as well. So head over to YouTube, go and check me out. We're doing Midweek Matters over there. See if you enjoy it. Matt Fry Golf on YouTube. Go and watch that link now. Slater Golf, Salter Golf, see you there. Always rely on you, buddy. Bit later than posted. It was meant to be about 7:30 today, but I didn't understand how much stuff you had to actually download to actually get YouTube going. I thought you clicked on the button and off we go on there. So head over to YouTube, like I say. We're going to do a live video over on there now, about 20 minutes long, answering some questions from Instagram and Twitter. So if you've got any questions as well, do post them on the platforms over there, and I will get back to you on YouTube, which is just over there if we're watching on YouTube now. So I don't really understand. Here we go. We've got some ended up going on this one. Bye guys. Out of focus. My camera on the Beach Fraser. It's out of. It's the camera on. Malcolm, you can see me but not hear me. Can anybody see me? Anybody see me? Call tech support, Anthony Hopkins, and live video. Done. Can people see me on the thingy? I've got it up here live. I'm watching myself. Strange thing to say. Can you guys see me over there on the live chat? Malcolm, are you able to see me yet? Strange thing to say. Can everybody see me who's watching in the live chat? Mark these comments, blah, blah, blah. We can all see you. Perfect. Right. So, hashtag Midweek Matters. Who has been watching some stuff on the US Open this week? It's going to be an interesting one. What do you guys think about that? Obviously, there's been a lot of speculation about the course, and obviously, is it in the right preparation? Is it too hard? Is it too penal? There was obviously those videos from Kevin Na that he was posting that the course was a little bit too hard, and saying that the rough was too penal. And then you had the sort of contradictions of McIlroy saying that the course was, it was fair enough, it was open, it was wide, it wasn't too bad. So, what do you guys think about that generally? Do you think that was it? The US Open, the USGA are, sort of well known for their sort of tricking up the courses and making them hard when when it comes to US Open, we tend to see courses where high scores are winning, and they don't like scores under par. So is it a case that have they gone too far sometimes, or have they not? Again, this is the opinions bit of the show. Do you think that I personally, after seeing the course from some of the videos, I personally think Rory was right in what he's saying. It looks like there's a lot of width to the fairways, and it looked like a few of them obviously quite opinionated, and they've gone and made these big statements on Twitter. Obviously, Kevin Na's video. The beef ones were really, really funny. I think they were some of the funniest videos I've ever seen. They were fantastic. But obviously, then they've listened to Kevin Na and some others, and they've gone and chopped, cut down, and blown a load of the rough out. So do you think is it right in their opinion? Do you think they were right to go and do that, or were the fairways wide enough already? Was it something where they could have been left or not? And what do we think? The USGA to me sometimes can get a little bit silly. Obviously, I don't think when it comes to the Masters, they're not the governing body. Obviously, they abide by the rules of the USGA and the R&A. But when it comes to setting up the course at Augusta, it's very much the guys involved at Augusta, their committee, their chairmen, their members, their patrons, and it seems obviously fair. They don't mind low scores winning that tournament, and we don't see anything ridiculous. When it comes to US Open time, we see that they generally set the courses up very, very hard and very tough, and in a way, I think they had done this year with the depth of that rough. It was, it was super, super deep. But were they generous enough on the fairways? They looked like they were wide enough, to me, in some of the videos that I was watching and some of the comments that I've read and things. And I've seen a few guys post some stuff I know who are over there, and they said, it's fair enough. They're quite wide. It's pretty decent. You're going in from a long way back, so you obviously, if you spray it, you're in trouble. But the fairways are wide enough for the length of the golf course. So, do we agree, guys? What are we saying? What are we saying on the old chat here? Let's have a quick look. They're a joke of an organisation from James Ells. That's quite funny. Beach Fraser, 70 yards wide, definitely. I think it is a long, it's a wide fairway. That, if you think 70 yards, that is nearly the length of a football pitch or a soccer pitch if you're in America. That is a wide space to hit it down, and if you can't hit there, even with aiming at the middle and curling it off, you've got some issues, and you probably deserve to be punished, to be honest with you. Mike Cox, they need those Volvic balls to help them find them. Yeah, that would be a good point, actually. If you get some of those bright balls, you should be able to see them pretty easily. Anyone watching, have you got any questions as well for this episode? Fire those over in the comments, and I'll endeavour to answer those as we keep going. What do you think of live streaming? It's my first ever one that I've done. Even Rick Shields might find those fairways. Yeah, to be fair, he might do. I think I'm actually going to be caddying for Rick in Open qualifying, so I'm going to be on his case a little bit from now on, making sure he's practicing hard. I'm not doing it myself, don't feel like I've practiced enough or played it, so if he gets back to me, he did ask me the other day, and now he's just going back to ignoring me on the group chat, so I'm not very impressed by his attitude at the moment. Hey, look, it's Matt Hulk Smash Fryer. Bill Karakoff, yes, it is me, the angry one out of all the YouTube lot. Played today, played 16 holes at Warrington. Was a little bit angry to start with because I'd gone to the range and absolutely ripped it, then gone to the course, hit it absolutely pathetic for about 6 holes. Then I remembered the swing thought and what I was working on at the range, and funnily enough it started working. So I need to maybe take my brain with me sometimes. I'm that busy half the time that I forget what I'm doing, and I'm doing other things on the course, texting and emailing, which is bad. I should probably put my phone in the car from now on and actually concentrate. The bunker on 9 is dumb. Yeah, is that the one that Beef did the video out where he threw it out on the video? Would you rather get up and down from every greenside bunker or never hit a ball out of bounds again? I think I'd take getting up and down every time, to be honest with you. Malk, how many wedges should an average golfer carry? I don't think there's a definite number of wedges you should carry. I think it depends on like your bag setup. If you've got loads of clubs up the other end, there's going to be limited space. So personally, I went to having 4 wedges. I always used to go wedge 52, 58, and then I got those ping wedges 50, 56 and 60, and I found there was too many options there for me. Pop. I think personally having too many options, I'd hit a half shot with this and then I'd try and hit a different shot with this, and I just had too much going on. So I've just gone back to 52, 58 and finding that a lot more productive for me, because I know if I'm pitching from sort of 60 yards out up to 125 yards, it's my 52. And then anything around from sort of 60 yards in and then playing chips, lofted chips around the green, and I go to my 58, and if I want to try and run it a bit more, I go back to my 52, and I've kept it a lot more simpler. So I think personally, it's if you're an average golfer, why complicate it? For me, having a pitching wedge at 40, and the problem is, the only real issue is the vanishing loft on clubs nowadays. People, manufacturers' pitching wedges are at like 44, which was a 9-iron. So now you've got 44. Then if you went to sand wedge, which is 56, you've got a massive gap. So for me, having steady gaps between them at pitching wedge, mine's 46, then 52 and 58. I've got 6 degrees in between mine, so I find that just a lot easier to manage. Just started playing handicap 22. What's realistic target for the season? Play twice a week. It depends if you're practicing, Jamie. If you could get down into a teen handicap, that would be fantastic. If you've only just started playing, 22 is a great handicap. So any improvement, really, I think just understanding your game and whatever you can improve would be awesome. Like I say, if you got down to, if you got down into the teens handicap, that would be absolutely amazing. Guys, remember to click that like button while you're watching this video as well. If we can get the video up to sort of 50 likes, that would be pretty cool for my first ever live one. When commentators say he's not a big hitter, does that mean they only hit it 300 yards instead of 350? Interesting question, Mike. If you actually go onto the TrackMan website and look at all the average distances of what the PGA Tour players hit, you'll be seriously surprised. God, can't get that word out. I bet you guys couldn't actually guess what the average hitter is on the PGA Tour. It's only 267 yards carry, so there's a lot of misconception in distance. You see Dustin and people hitting these 400-yard drives. Some of those are only at like only 320 carry, but he's like one of the freaks who it's super long. And then the rest is run. They're playing at humidity, the superior athletes, and they're not carrying it all these distances. Your average PGA Tour player only carries it 267 with an average run out of like 30 yards tops. And they're playing over in America where it's great conditions. They've got the gear tuned to, absolute pinpoint accuracy for them. And, like we say, they're amazing athletes and great swingers of the golf club. So when they're saying he's not a long hitter, they're probably only, 280. If you see a lot of pros on tour and stuff and you look at them play, they'd only hit it 280, 290 average. Anyone that's, above into the 300s is, a long hitter on tour now. Anyone obviously over the 300s is a big hitter. But technology and the way clubs have advanced, just below the 300s is roundabout average, I'd say, for carry and total run out. But have a look on the TrackMan website. It's interesting to see what the numbers are for how far people actually do hit it. Graham T, what is your average drive distance? I generally hit it about 280, 290. I don't spin the golf ball a lot, so I'm quite lucky that I launch it at a nice angle and manage to cut through quite a lot of the air for me. So I I tend to get away with it. I've got quite an efficient swing, as it were, because I'm not the biggest guy in the world, but I've got quite a nice time, and I always worked on rhythm when I was a kid. Have you had any chance to see any of the Toulon putters? Yeah, the rep was in the other day, showed us. Didn't see it actually physically, showed me all the images in a load of videos of stuff that that were coming through, and they look awesome. They're expensive, but they were really nice. Really nice putters. Have I got a new putter? Yeah, I've got a Ping Kirsch TR Mid, I think it's called. So it looks like an old Zebra. It's 32 inches. It's awesome. Yeah, so Arlid, yeah, new putter in the bag. Enjoying it. Putted quite nicely today. Falling out with that other Titleist Odyssey one. Not seeing. I like it, but just nothing really happening with it. So yeah, just time for a change. New wedges in the bag as well. Got some old school TaylorMade ones. Really like them. The only reason I chose them was the head. When I looked down on them, they just looked absolutely amazing to me. It's just started. Mike Cox just started taking some really fat divots on the weekend. Possible cause early extending it, so you could be leaning back on it, wrist collapsing a little bit, causing the club head to get out in front of you, causing you to get these fat divots. So I'd watch where your pressure is. Obviously, if you come down and take a big divot, a lot of people think you get too steep, but you'll actually be too shallow and bottoming out too early. So I'd just have a look at in your setup where your weight is, and as you're hitting the golf ball, you want to be transferring into your lead foot and making sure you actually get these the weight transferring towards the lead foot. Otherwise, we hang back, try and help it up, wrist collapse, and then you get these fat divots. So try and take a look at that. Tips for consistent setup. I feel sometimes I'm too close, I'm too far. Putting the golf club in behind the golf ball, putting it to its playing angle, and then just getting your arms and letting them hang just naturally. See a lot of amateurs quite tight up, locked arms and locked elbows, which is going to be very hard from there. I'd like to generally see that players that I coach are quite lucid over the ball. Everything's not too rigid, that they just let everything hang. So a good one, you can be sort of just count it from fists from your crotch basically to the butt end of the club. How far away are you on those? But other than that, why it's the truth, Beach Fraser, what we're saying here, what's going on in the chat. Just watched his 4-man vlog with Finchy Cart Dog, and he was shocking. Spends too much time making money and staying at home with his family. If you're gonna caddy him, then if you're gonna have a word. He's not that bad, Rick. he's better than that. He makes unbelievable content and works seriously hard to make amazing videos for you guys. So go easy a little bit, nasty people. Joking. We'll leave the Quest stuff then. Finchy's playing great. Finchy's playing really well. He's really practicing hard on his game, I think, because obviously he missed his Quest for the Open last year. So, everyone's due to their opinion, aren't they? Matt, have you ever used a putting training aid with a mirror? Yeah, used a lot of those. Andrew used to use the Yes one, which is now basically the Viso putting stuff. They do mirror ones as well, but that one in the video the other day, seeing the line of the arc really helps me. The reason for the mirrors is you can see your eye alignment over the golf ball, and you can also see your shoulder alignment. A lot of them, if you had the mat here, the mirror here, you'd have like where your ball's going. Then you'd have a line very close to the edge of the mat, which is parallel to the ball to target line or your starting line in your putter, which would allow you to get your shoulders aligned with those. But they are great, those the mirrors, for seeing where your eye lines are. If you're looking to see where your eye line is over the ball, if you're looking to get it over there, really good. Bill Conqueran, do you mates spend more time reading putts than we see on the vids, or are you normally that quick? We do a little bit off camera, yeah. Jeff, definitely. When there's not a lot going on, when someone else has got the camera and you're, if you're playing in a 4-ball, it's just trying to keep up with the pace of play and reading it. Probably don't spend as much time as we do as if we were in a competition, because I don't know why really. It's competition. You're playing for your score, really, aren't you? What is your favourite? So yeah, just saw a great question then out of the corner of my eye. Lost my train of thought. So we don't spend as much time as if we were in a competition, because it's not as serious. We're having a laugh, we're having a bit of fun in the vlogs that we make, and so we don't spend as much time doing it really as we probably would when we play a competition. Guys, remember, once this video's ended, do check back in the description. There's the vouchers for Glencor Golf. If you're having any golfing holidays in Europe or worldwide, there's money off vouchers in the description as well. So do go and have a look at that when it's finished, and make sure you register. It's totally free. I think you get £50 off if you're based in the UK and you're going anywhere around Europe, and 25 if you're going anywhere in the UK if you are going in the UK. Get back to the questions. It does make sense. What is your favourite flavour of Tic Tac? Them orange and apples are absolutely amazing. Strawberry burst. How are you getting on with the Epic? Need to. Had my fitting the other day. I don't even think I've ordered it. I can't remember. I had an email the other day and I can't remember. I've been that busy doing other stuff. But when I did get fit, it was absolutely awesome, and it's amazing. The guy Tom who fit me, the knowledge he had on shafts and what would suit my statistics from Twitter was unreal, and I've got a video that I've done on that. I just need to finish editing it, and I'll get that one up. How long did you give pro golf a chance, Matt? I mean, before you went full-time coach? I've always worked in the pro shop, so I worked at Mayr for 6 years, then Davenport for a couple of years, and I gave it a chance for like 2 years probably, and I should have been a bit more strict and focused on playing, enjoy my social stuff outside of it, and ended up, I did practice hard, don't get me wrong, but, I was working and trying to practice, have a social life, see friends, do like the girlfriend things and stuff like that, and it was just getting too much, and I wasn't playing great and I didn't enjoy it, so started giving a few mates lessons, and found real sort of a sense of accomplishment when I saw them improve. So when I sort of I still want to play. Obviously, I'm doing my quest for my first win, which I enjoy my coaching a bit more, and I need to probably put more time into that because I've not been as serious as I wanted to be through that. So yeah, I think I enjoy coaching more, and I really enjoy finding out about the mechanics of the swing and trying to understand the swing better and better each day in different aspects of the game. I really enjoy watching people improve once I've helped them. So a couple of years, it's something if I look back, not a regret, but I wish I would have sort of knuckled down a little bit more, but I did try and do everything all at once. So I think if you've got one vision, you've always got to stick towards that and put every egg in that basket, as it were, so you could be a little bit more focused on that. Do you excel at short game lessons? Yeah, it's definitely one of the things that I look at more. Always generally had a pretty good short game because I was absolutely pants with the driver off the tee, so I had to chip out, and I like the sort of things that I see about short games. Obviously, you probably see them on Twitter with them Stanley wedges, the orange whips. They're amazing. One of the best short game wedge training aids I've ever seen in my life. I like stuff by James Ridyard. There's loads of people that I read, Dave Pell's, different people. It's interesting just to see. So it is an area that I've taken a lot of interest in, the short game area, and yeah, I do quite a lot of short game lessons and tend to see quite a lot of success. Don't get me wrong, I love the long game, and it is an area that I'm working hard on at the moment with my clients, and it is something, you know, that I do more. I like long swing lessons, and I do like short game lessons. But yeah, I do well with short game lessons, basically. That's what golf is all about. First and foremost, have fun. Definite Fozzy Foz, you are 100% right there. I played 3 years full-time tennis before becoming a full-time coach in Germany. The competition was so tough. Yeah, definitely everyone's now really, really that good that you've got to be at the top of your game. Otherwise, you're not gonna make any money or a living or anything out of it. Ian Cards, have you played in Mallorca? If so, best course in your opinion? Taking a corporate trip out there and don't want to do the standard Sangol and Adastrax, everyone does. I haven't played in Mallorca. The guys at Glencor Golfing, if you're looking at something, I'd speak to them. They've got quite good list of courses that they've been to. I've not been to myself, and they've got some really good ones that aren't those ones that you've recommended there. Do you wish you'd waited for the new Ping? Haven't seen it yet. In a way, yeah, they are absolutely. I'm a big fan of Ping stuff. I'm not into like changing all your equipment, you know, moving the weights around, doing this and doing that. It doesn't float my boat, and I think I'm more, probably because I'm a coach, I think, you know, you should work on getting your swing right before you go and change your club to try and make it better. Anyway, guys, remember to click that like button. Let's keep the like going. So yeah, I've just seen some pictures of it this morning. Be very interested. It looks a little bit different from what a normal Ping would look like. Looks a bit more out there. But yeah, I think it's going to be something that, yeah, I want to definitely look at and hit it, because I've always been a big Ping fan and think they just make no nonsense equipment. I'd call it really just, you know, set it at what it is and go for it with that. I play the Ping G30 and we'll move to the 400 once it comes to England, although the numbers on the Epic are very... Yeah, the best thing I like about the Epic is the feel of it. I had the Callaway FT3 driver when I was playing as an amateur, and that was probably my all-time favourite driver, and that Epic feels exactly as that. It sounds exactly like it, feels exactly like it, and I would say that's probably the reason why I've sort of drifted over towards that because it brings back memories and feelings of that driver. For an average 15 handicapper, does an expensive ball really make a difference? I'd say not, Mike. No. You know, the top range balls are aimed at, you know, your professionals. They're the similar balls that they all play with, and they're looking at controlling the spin with wedge shots. And I don't think, you know, your average golfer could control, you know, would you be hitting wedges in where you're pitching it a couple of yards, allowing for a certain amount of check and then a little bit of release, or hitting it over a pin and bringing it back? I don't think it's something an average golfer would do. So I think, you know, a middle of the road ball, they're that good now. The middle of the road ball, sort of your Callaway Super Soft, your Sriction AD 333, you know, your Titleist NXT and things like that are that good. I'd say, you know, stick with those. You'll see far more benefits than a Pro V. You're not going to be compressing it enough, having the swing speeds and the sort of the characteristics of a swing that you need to utilise the best of these golf balls. So I'd say just stick with a, you know, middle of the range ball, Mike. You'd see more from there. Aaron Bradshaw, can you give quick tips on how to stop slicing iron shots and shanking chip shots? Oof. A slice basically comes from a path where it's going left and the face is looking right of that path. So this is for a right-handed player. So if you've got two angles where your path's left and your face is right, you're going to see a slice. So it's limiting the difference in those numbers, i.e. your path being out to him by 5 degrees and the face being 10 degrees open to that. If you were to then get your face to your path only 5 degrees, you're going to limit the curvature on your golf ball. So starting with your basics, understanding your grip, the most slice I see generally is when people have got a real palmy grip, it's very hard to release the golf club from there. So that causes them then to cut across the ball because they can't release the club correctly and not able to close it over. So they have to make compensations for that. So having a slightly stronger grip is going to limit a slice generally. You will see people with a strong grip and still get a slice because of how they release the golf club. Shanking your chip shots, you're either coming too far from the outside or getting too stuck on the inside. So a great little drill I was doing down at the range today working on my pitching, I had 2 T-pegs, just literally enough for the club to pass through in the ground, and just worked on some 20-yard pitches, just clipping them through these tees. So you've got a real barrier there, both tees level as it were. You can even have one angled if you wanted to, so it's like the angle of your shaft, and then just hit some shots from there so you can get back to getting a bit more of a middle strike with those guys. We're going to go for 5 more minutes, so if you've got any more questions, do get them posted in the chat. I saw one, what was that one about? £10 or something a minute ago. Come down south and have a match with who? Come down south and have a match with Crossfield. That would be fun. Bring cart dog and take on the Muppets. I've never actually spoke to him. I'd probably play him. Why not? He's a very good YouTuber, so yeah, definitely. Ian Matteson, hope the YouTube Cup is going to be unisex. My £10 is going on Carly Boo, taking you guys to the cleaners. 100%, yeah. Carly's attached down at the club where I'm a teaching pro at Stockport. She's been working really hard on a game of late, which is great to see, and it's obviously paying off. Just qualified for the US Open, so congratulations to her, and hopefully she can really do something, and if she could get some playing rights in the US through that would be amazing, because I think that's what she needs, more regular play time, and the US structure is far better than the European, a lot more events. So hopefully, yeah, like you say, we can see some success from her. But if the YouTube Cup happens, I will be winning it. We're meant to be doing something, myself, Carter, Rick and Pete. It's just getting it organised and getting us all together and doing something, but hopefully we can get something done, even if it's towards the end of the year. Hopefully we get to see something. She murdered a very alcoholic influence, Rick and Pete, after their 120k and 100k and 200k party. None of us drink, so we can't have been alcohol infused that day. Well, I wasn't even there, so I can't even remember it. That's how drunk I was. Carly is a very good player, yep. What do you think of the Cleveland RTX wedges? Awesome wedges, really good. They've got a new one coming out. I'm actually drinking a ginger ale. They've got a new one coming out. Can't remember what it's called now. It's like RTX 3 point something. So yeah, great wedges. I think Roger Cleveland is obviously a very accomplished wedge designer, and I think he's doing stuff for Callaway as well now. So he does make some really gorgeous looking wedge. The profile of the new ones, the leading edge is really straight. I like that. They're not too round. They don't look too cumbersome. They just look really sleek and really nice. So really good looking wedge. What do you think about the TaylorMade PSI irons? Yeah, great iron, TaylorMade PSIs. They're old now, right, aren't they? A couple of years ago. Why 5 minutes more? Are you getting ready for Love Island? I've never even watched Love Island, but if there's a load of fit birds, I'll tune in definitely. Thanks for the heads up, Ian. Yeah, PSI irons are a couple of, are they a year old, 2 years old? I can't remember. They bring that many out nowadays. But again, lovely looking iron. I hit a few. They were really good. So yeah. I think probably the best irons out at the minute. The ones I've liked the look of the most are those Wilson's ones Rick's got there. They are seriously nice looking clubs. I used to play Wilson. They've sponsored me for I think about 3 years, and they were really, really nice irons. Those new ones, real sleek, crisp looking irons. I miss Top Flight Strata. Me too. I mean, I love that hard clicky. Or are you on about the actual Strata ball that was really soft? They were great. You play a lot with Carter, Finch, Shields, etc. Do you ever coach each other from time to time? Is there anything in their swings you would recommend if you were their coaches? We don't really coach each other, I would say. You know, we probably talk about what we're working on in our games a little bit and ask each other when we're playing, you know, what does that look like? Is it what I'm trying to achieve? But we never really, you know, delve into each other's games, really, to be honest with you. Your tip for the US Open? I'm going to say Adam Scott, pure driver, driving it great. Saw some swings of him the other day. Looked like he was ripping it. Swings it close to his textbook and how I really like the golf swing as can be. So I'd say, yeah, him. And who else did I pick them? I've wrote them down. Keimer. I like Keimer for it. And Fleetwood as an outside chance. He, you know, greens in regulation and driving the golf ball. He is seriously good, you know, and long as well. I'd say a Francesco Molinari, but it's such a long golf course that I think he'll just the war of attrition, hitting 5-iron, 4-iron, you know, longer irons into par 4s and stuff, he's going to really wear him down. So I think, yeah, Tommy is an outside bet, I would say. See, what was that, Dave? See a few vids from Warrington. Are you moving there or still with Stockport? No, I'm still with Stockport. Warrington's just basically around the corner from my house, and they're really, really good with me, the lads there. Letting me play. I just play 9 holes, so on the way home I tend to just call in at like sort of 7-8 o'clock at night when the course is dead and have 9 holes. I just played there today with a few friends. All the lads I grew up playing golf with are all members still there, so generally I tend to sort of, when I want to get away and, you know, not around work sort of thing, I'll tend to play there basically. We'll go to 40 minutes on the live stream, which is 4 more minutes. Finchy has some splaining to do. Lol. Yeah. Smallest can in the world or biggest hands? We all know. What was your handicap when you turned pro? I was +1. When I turned pro, played for about 5 years as an amateur and then went down. Going to switch to the raw finish next month. Yeah, RTX, yeah, raw finish. They're really nice wedges. Favourite golf snack? Yes, it is the KFC family bucket. When you're going to get your old man back on the vlogs, good player, and we oldies can relate to his 240-yard drives. Very soon. He's currently, where is my dad? I think he's in Spain. Yeah, I think my dad's in Spain, but as soon as he gets back, I'm going to have him as a guest on Midweek Matters, and I'm also going to do some tip videos. I'm hopefully trying to get away with Glencor Golf with him to Spain for a couple of days, but the problem is getting our thing, you know, our schedules together. He's rammed out coaching all the time. He does, I think, 5.5 days, and he's pretty much fully booked for the whole of those. So trying to get, and then with me as well, filming other videos, time in the shop, and then time teaching. It's just one of those things. Trying to get everything lined up and getting able to get out together is quite hard. I wish there was more hours in the day, really, and I'd love to have him on more videos because he is really good. Last question that I'm going to answer is from Adrian Richardson. What is the weakest part of your game? What is the best? The best, I'd say, sort of my driving and my irons. I generally don't really spray it anymore. So I'd say that, and then I'd say my weakest part of my game is my short game. It's the I'm good, you know, I'm good out of bunkers, great out of bunkers. I putt really well. I do putt really well, but from sort of 100 years, 100 years, Jesus, Matt, from 100 yards to sort of 20 yards in, I need to be sharper because, like the other night when I played, I didn't miss a fairway. I had 6 opportunities from 70 yards in, and I didn't make a birdie. You know, the best I probably hit was about 15 feet, so it's an area where I really, really need to improve, and I am working harder and harder on it now. I'm just really, whenever I go to actually play or practice, I just generally work on that now. That's it. So 37 likes, 37 watching. Hopefully next time I do a live chat we can get to 100 watching and 100 likes. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Midweek Matters. If you're watching this after we've finished, do remember to go down into the box below. There's vouchers with Glencor Golf for money off if you are having a golf holiday. So they're free. Why not do it? It's, you know, one of your rewards as supporting me as a watcher of Glencor Golf. So a watcher of Glencor Golf, a watcher of Midweek Matters, sponsored by Glencor Golf. And I'm just reading all the comments here. Yeah, thank you for watching them. I will enjoy Love Island. I'm definitely going to watch it now because it sounds like there are some good looking things on there. Guys, thank you for watching. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Follow me on my social media platforms at Matt Fryer Golf on Twitter, Matt_Fryer Golf on Instagram. And I'll see you soon, hopefully with another live chat and more videos. Got one coming tomorrow with Dave Lawley. We did an on-course playing lesson, 2 holes, some really good stuff in there, talking about how you'd sort of plot your way around the golf course, so make sure you tune in and watch that video. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you very, very soon.